This is Game Nights, episode number 55, recorded June 4th, 2017. The Legend of Shaker Heights, Chapter 12. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Game Nights, the show that occasionally plays Dungeons & Dragons. I'm your Dungeon Master, Sean, joined, as always, by three guys who might remember their characters' names. It is Colby, Dan, and Matt. Gentlemen, welcome back.
Thanks, Sean.
I forgot my character's name. Was it Colin Turkel? Was that his name?
You're the only one with a memorable character name. That's the funny thing. Because we had
I
Sal, Mal, and Del.
Can I just be known as Colin Turkel from now on?
No.
That's my new character's name.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you, Matt. Now, if folks who listened to our last episode, you may remember, Matt was feeling, how we should say, a little suicidal about his character. And was trying pretty desperately to get him killed. Matt, are you still are you still feeling that way?
I've lost the will to go on with this character. He's just not doing it for me anymore.
All right, but
I don't know.
Matt, you know, we literally don't have that. We're well past the halfway point. So, do you think you can just hang in there, pal? Turn that frown upside down?
Maybe you can sacrifice yourself heroically at the end of the game.
I guess what I'm saying is, if there's a situation where I have to, give up my life for the sake of my team here, I'll probably jump on that opportunity pretty quickly.
Okay.
But I guess I'll stop trying to throw myself off of windows and
in front of people. Yeah, don't do that, Matt. And one other thing too is just watch your hand near the mic on your computer, because we keep hearing you. Yes, no. See, no, we can't. You're all muffled when you do that. So. Okay.
It'll be useful if you end up underwater talking at some point in the game.
We totally should have done that, except we were live in Sean's apartment.
Yeah.
When we were underwater.
The one time you were underwater. I guarantee it will not happen again. You're in the desert.
For shame.
Inflatable boat's not coming in handy.
Who knows? You might end up just, falling and snapping your spine on the ground. Anything could happen.
You might just be surprised. But let's get the folks at home caught up with what they've missed, or certainly what happened on our previous episodes. You guys fought the Yuan Ti snake people, got your asses handed to you. Thankfully, you
That's not what I remember.
Maybe it's revisionist history. You can go listen for your alternative facts here. But these guys successfully negotiated their release, and they got away. They continued on to the village of Shaker Heights, and they immediately went to the inn and day spa, the Shaker Heights Inn and Day Spa, where they met the shopkeeper Jane Kellogg, owner and operator of the inn, who you guys tried to check into the inn and get a room. She was not very helpful, at which point Matt began yelling at her quite aggressively in what I think I went and rewatched and maybe one of the funniest moments of the entire Game Night series. I enjoyed immensely. You're going to flood the town! You're going to flood the town! Come on, you're playing! No, where Matt was pretending to be the sheriff and accosted her. He said the words Spagic Mel, the words to the magic spell, to her, and it had some effect, but she didn't seem quite clear as to what it was. And you guys really didn't get anywhere with her, and at the end of the episode, you went ahead and left the inn to go interview some of the other townspeople. Does that sound about right?
We didn't actually interview any other townspeople. We just left.
We ran out of time just as you were leaving the inn, and that's where we pick up our story. You gentlemen just step outside the inn into the bright sunlight of a new day in Shaker Heights. As usual, the town is pretty vacant. You can see, the Hattery and the Red Eye Saloon and the now defunct General Store, whose owner you got murdered. And you see way down,
Is it just closed? Is it boarded up, or did he have anyone to
Oh no, it's been looted. It's been looted long ago because they knew he was dead. It's all the windows are broken. It's pretty dilapidated. And then you see way down the street, you see the sheriff on a horse talking to a gentleman you do not recognize.
All right.
Should we go talk to the sheriff and the
I think we should sneak up. Who has the highest sneak? Colby, you have the highest sneak, right?
Yeah.
I think you should sneak behind Should we do let's do a perception check on the area where the sheriff and the strange man are talking, and we could see if there's like a place where Colby could sneak behind or something, so he can eavesdrop on this conversation.
All right.
Well,
Well,
sound
I'm gonna go see if I can find my character sheet because I'm realizing.
Oh boy, we are
now.
in rough shape.
Well, the good news is I have my spell cards, so that's the thing.
It is true that.
So I mean, the good news is I'm feeling like I have a new lease on life. You know, I got a good night's sleep in that inn. I feel like things are starting to look up. Maybe I'll find my forgotten
Your long lost
purpose.
son,
my lost son.
who we conveniently forget about constantly. Oh, Vankar's there too, by the way.
Maybe he's Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't mention Vankar ever
Oh
again.
no, he's still there. Hey guys, good morning. What's going on?
All right.
I secretly hoped you died in your sleep, Vankar.
Nope,
Damn it.
it's me, your friend Vankar. What's going on?
You're the worst, Vankar.
Oh, stop this guy. Get a load of this guy over here.
Oh, really, Vankar?
Too funny.
Go eat some potato salad.
Oh, stop. I don't even know what that is. We don't have that here.
Potatoes.
I didn't find my character.
Oh, boy.
I
Do we
do
get a
know
nice
that
breakfast?
my sneak or whatever is like +8
Okay.
because it's
Did we get like a nice full breakfast before we left the inn?
Yes, you did. You paid for the continental breakfast, so I hope you enjoyed it.
All right, so we're at full hit points.
It was okay.
Yeah, sure. We'll say you're at full hit points. It's been 2 months. I think we can say you're at full hit points.
Oh yeah.
the longest rest.
Yes, for sure. That's a coma.
Yeah.
Not the longest rest.
No.
That's what Count Sal is in right
The
now.
eternal rest,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Are we gonna do this?
Yeah, go for it, Colby.
All right. Here goes. 14.
all right. Colby decides to walk behind some of the buildings in an alleyway. And the alleyway is kind of close to where the sheriff is standing and having the conversation. Colby is out of sight. The sheriff does not see him, but Colby's not really close enough to make out the conversation clearly. He only hears bits and pieces of the conversation because he's too far away, but he can't really get any closer without being spotted. And so what he hear? Oh boy, this is. I know right away when I shouldn't try and do things, and yet I do them anyway. Here's what Colby hears. A meeting soon. Hat. Visitors. I'm the sheriff. And that's
Surprised there was no tourism board in there.
Yeah.
you don't know? You didn't know what he said he might.
Soon
That's
at
true.
Visitors. I'm the sheriff. Was that what you heard, Colby?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't know.
And while you're standing here thinking, the sheriff on his horse says goodbye, and he leaves the man and heads towards his sheriff's office, taking scope of the town as he travels through it.
What's the guy do?
The guy walks into the Red Eye Saloon.
I think we should follow him there.
Yeah.
Into the saloon.
Maybe Matt should try and befriend him because he's a charismatic person.
That's right.
Okay. Should I just go up to him or should I play a little song and pretend to be the sheriff that he just talked to?
Confusing, no?
Yeah, I see. Think about that. How would you're trying to convince him to tell us what the sheriff told him, and it'd be tough If
Yeah.
that's the thing you can do, it'd be tough to do that.
Maybe you
Hey,
should just
so
like
what did I just
disguise
tell you?
yourself as a regular looking person instead of your.
Okay. All right. So I play a little song on the instrument that I have that I forgot the name of.
A mandolin?
The mandolin. Thank you. I kept wanting to say it was called a minaret, but I think that's something completely different. All right. So I play on the mandolin. I become like a regular towns guy, and I no. You know what I become?
What do you become?
Beautiful lady.
You got issues.
I'm
buddy.
seeing a trend here, Matt.
Something's not right.
And I roll and I get 12. No, wait.
To do
a
what?
13.
What are you trying to do?
Charm.
Well, okay. First, you have to walk into the saloon.
I walk into the saloon.
All right, you're getting. All right, you walk into the saloon. Would you like to do a perception check?
Are we
Why don't
following him, or are we
I
staying
thought
behind?
I thought I just followed him into the saloon.
Well, just all right. You followed
Should I
him.
see him there?
Well, yeah, but you don't want to see the whole saloon. You just want to see him.
I don't really
You don't-
care much about the
All
rest
right,
of
Sean's weaving a tapestry here.
You know, I spend almost no time planning this, and you guys don't respect it at all. I'm hurt. It's not nice.
We could treat that 14 as a perception check. I don't mind.
My God. All right, just never mind. God damn it. This is you guys are now I know why we don't do this. So you walk into the Red Eye Saloon. It is exactly as you saw it the last time. I'm not going to re-describe it because apparently no one cares. And and in it you see the gentleman who the sheriff was talking to has walked over to a table. He's sitting there with two additional gentlemen, none of whom you recognize, sitting at a table being served drinks by the same barmaid who was there the last time you were there.
Okay.
We followed him in, it sounds like.
Yes. He's gone ahead and sat at the table. You're standing at the door.
All right, yeah.
Oh, everybody's here,
Fine.
not just me?
No, just you.
Oh, okay.
I thought we were... Are we in the saloon with him?
I don't know. Are you? Nobody's...
That's what I'm asking. Colby, do we want to be in the saloon with him? Let's
I don't know.
stand at the door. Let's keep pretty alert. Is there another exit to this place, actually, Sean?
You can roll a perception check.
That's right. All right, I'm clicking the roll button.
Oh,
Oh,
This is
Jesus.
so
I rolled a
trick-rigged.
1.
How would I just go around back and see if there's another exit?
And I'll stand at the front door. So what I'm thinking is, if this goes south and this guy tries to make a break for it, I can try to, slow him down.
All right.
and I'm Vankar. I'll just stand up front and look like a
thank you.
horse. People think I'm a horse.
Good
I'll
idea.
blend right in with all the other horses.
Yeah,
They'll think I'm a man standing next to a
horse.
horse. They won't know any better.
I'm just imagining like a line of horses and Vankar's in the middle and he's like peeking out from around the other horse.
He's just saying very loudly, I'm just a horse. Just being a horse.
Doing horse stuff.
All right. So so Colby, you're going to head around back. So you walk between, there's sort of a narrow gap between the saloon and the building next to it. You walk down that path and you see a door towards the back of the building that goes out the side. It looks like just a sort of an access to the rear of the building. The door is closed, and you don't see any people or really any kind of activity by the door at the moment.
All right.
Dan, you were standing out front. Matt, you have entered the saloon, and you're standing there. What would you like to do?
All right. So I played the little song, so I'm a beautiful woman right now.
Okay.
I'm going to approach the table.
I mean,
where
you rolled a
these-
14. How beautiful can you be?
I'm pretty good. I'm like
By
a
Old
7.
West standards,
I would say I'm like a 7.
it's a low bar.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe this guy likes a little. Maybe if I was too beautiful, he might be intimidated and then not want to talk to me at all. So
True.
7 is pretty good.
It's fair.
All right, so I'm going up to the table, and I am going to start conversing. Hey there, sailor, I say. What's a guy like you doing in a place like this?
Do I know you?
That depends. Do you want to know me?
That may be the world's worst pickup line I've ever heard. Ever.
Has anyone ever used that one on you, Matt?
Do you want to know sexual?
Well, ma'am, the rooms over at the inn are pretty cheap by the hour, if that's what you're suggesting. You do look like one of them special ladies.
Special would be a word to describe me for sure. There are a lot of special skills that I have that you would find attractive.
Boys, and he turns to the other two gentlemen there. Boys, you interested in what she's selling? And the two guys just shake their head no. No, they're not interested. I say, you heard the boys. Now, unless you got something important to say, get out of here.
Is that any way to treat a lady of my stature? I happen to be, and I'm going to roll for a lie attempt. 17. I happen to be the mayor's daughter. The sheriff's daughter. That was the guy he was talking to, right? The sheriff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know the sheriff even had a daughter.
Well,
But I believe you. That was a plausible story.
so you wouldn't want to do nothing to upset my daddy, the sheriff, would you?
Oh, I don't worry too much about the sheriff. He knows where his bread is buttered.
Good phrase.
You want to butter my bread? Mr. I didn't even catch your name before.
No, you didn't. Now, unless your father has something he wants to say to me himself, I recommend you get out of a dangerous place like this. You're far too kind of good-looking to be here.
You sure you don't want to take me up on my offer
Offer of what?
of going to the inn and being more private-like?
No. No, I do not.
Is that a no, as in you're not too sure about taking me up on my offer?
I
Or is that a no, as in,
I could be persuaded.
okay. I pull out a sack of 20 gold pieces and lay them on the table.
You may be the world's worst prostitute. You clearly do not understand the economics of the business you find yourself in.
Say, or am I the world's best prostitute? And then wink.
Or am I the world's best
I'm
prostitute?
very confused.
A round on me. And I buy a round for everybody at the table.
You don't have any money.
I look at the
20 pieces,
sundial on
that's
my
it.
wrist.
Matt, you lost all your money to
Oh,
the
that's
Yuan
right.
Tea
The
people.
stupid snake people. Yes, they stole our money.
You think I'd forget?
I forgot
No.
about that.
Well,
It's
no,
been a
he's
long
already
time.
said it.
Yeah, so the bag you put down was empty. Better hope we don't look in it. You're going to be in big trouble, mister. Now, young lady, if you've got a question, I recommend you ask your daddy. But in the meantime, take your gold pieces and get out of here.
I'll bet you. Let's play a little card game. And I'll bet you some money in the card game. What do you say?
Oh, how about this? We'll play a game of cards, and if I win, we go over to the inn and have a nice evening. If you win, I'll tell you any information you want to know, because clearly you're angling for something, young lady.
That sounds like a deal, partner.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go get my deck of cards. You make conversation for a minute.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
So what's
My
your plan
plan.
here, Matt?
Yeah. What is
It really sounds like a win-win here. Like, either I win the card game and he tells me the information, or I lose the card game and he has to take me back to the inn where I can persuade him for more information.
Or we could just like jump him and beat him up.
We probably could.
Name your game.
You know how to play Dwarven Roulette?
I don't think that's a thing.
How do you play Dwarven Roulette?
I think that's not a thing.
Smartest
Know how
thing
to
you've
play-
said all night.
Phandalin Fury?
No, how do you play?
The name of the game is Phandalin Fury. The dealer can't get over 21. Nobody can get over 21. That's the object of the game.
You know, that sounds a lot like a game we normally play here called Blackjack.
Well, you sure have a funny name for things in these here parts.
Oh boy.
I thought you're from here.
Shh.
This is a shit show. All right. Let's play. Here we go. We've got the cards. And I am going to
How's this gonna work?
I don't know. I'm stalling because I don't know how this is going to work. Here we're going to go. It's a game of luck, game of chance. I'm the dealer now. I'm the dealer. Here we go. It's a game of chance. Here's how it's going to work. You're each going to get 5 cards. Each card has a point value, either 2 through 10. A face card is 11, and an ace is worth 12. And whoever has the highest total in their 5 cards wins. It's pure luck. There's no skill involved.
Okay, I rolled an 18.
To do what?
While you weren't looking, I used my sleight of hand and I changed the deck for a rigged deck.
Oh boy! All right, here we go.
So I have a forger's pack, and I use the forger's pack to do that. I forged the deck.
Oh boy, this is all right. This is a brand new deck. I'm telling you, this is a totally fair game. Here we go. I'm going to deal out everyone's 5 cards. Here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards, 5 apiece. One set for the man, 1 set for the lady. Here we go. To our gentleman friend here, he pulled. Are you ready? You got to keep track, Matt. You got to hold this up here. You pulled a 5, a 7, and 3 aces. Oh my goodness, that's the best hand we've had here all day.
Okay.
And the young lady, she pulled 2 10s, an 8, a 6, and a 3. You've won, young lady. Congratulations.
All right. Looks like you have to tell me some information now there, partner.
Well, I'm nothing but a man to my word. So whatever you want to know, young lady, I will tell you.
What were you talking about with the sheriff before outside?
That's none of your business. No. We were the sheriff and we were just talking about the and you should know this. He's your father. He's the head of the tourism board here in town, and I was offering to volunteer to help out. Coming up next month is Shaker Heights Fun Fest to get some visitors into town. We're gonna block off the main street, have some food and some carnival games. It'll be a lot of fun.
Some people call it the shakedown.
Sure. That's a much better name than Fun Fest, so thank you. We call it the Shakedown, and yeah, it's a good time for the whole town. And yes, your father asked me to volunteer, and I said, of course I would. You're very lucky to have him as a father. He's a very nice man. That's why the townspeople love him so much.
Where's this meeting going to be held? You were talking about a meeting.
Oh, it's the planning.
Meetings?
It's the planning meeting for Shakedown. It's happening next week in the sheriff's office. It's where we usually meet, the tourism committee.
Who are these friends of yours at this table here?
Oh, the 2 gentlemen. Well, these are my colleagues. We're cattle ranchers, and these two gentlemen work with me, and we take the cattle across the plains here, and yeah, it's a small business, but a good one.
Okay.
We're just in town for the day to get supplies. The general store, I think, is gone out of business, so we'll probably have to look somewhere else. But
Well, I guess everything checks out, I reckon. Thanks for the game.
Oh, anytime, young lady. You best be careful around places like this. You know, a lot of dangerous characters coming in and out of this town. You never know who you might meet.
Thank you. Oh, and one more thing. Do the words Spagic Mel mean anything to you?
No, I don't think so. But then again, I'm not from Shaker Heights. Is that a Shaker Heights thing? Is that like a club or something?
Yeah.
A greeting?
It's a Shaker Heights thing.
Oh, I see how it is. You locals have always looked cautiously to outsiders like us. Even after I volunteer at your fun events.
Well, I really should be going now.
Please
Got a lot
do.
of mysteries to solve
Uh-huh.
and whatnot.
And as you walk away, he turns to his other friends. She's fucking crazy. Oh my god. Sheriff just has his hands full.
All right, and I leave the bar.
Now, meanwhile, while that was happening, small rewind, Colby is standing out near the rear door when suddenly he hears the knob begin to turn on the door. Out of the door opens, and out comes Dominic Carpenter. You guys remember him?
Obviously.
course.
But tell the viewers at home about Dominic Carpenter.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. He is the main bartender and the owner of the Red Eye Saloon.
Mm-hmm.
And he's walking out
Proprietor.
carrying a bucket of what is clearly used ice water. He's just going to dump. No, let me scratch that. He wouldn't have ice water. There's no water. He's taking out a crate of empty bottles of Heights Brewing outside of the bar, and
Get that 5-cent deposit back, that 5 copper piece deposit.
it adds up, you know. And
Absolutely.
he sees Colby standing back there, and he's a bit surprised. Well, what are you doing here?
Oh, hi, Dominic. Nice to see you again.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Yeah, we met. I bought some beers from you the other day.
I meet a lot of customers. What are you doing? No one's supposed to be back here.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know. I was just waiting for my friends smoking. Yeah.
Your friend?
I wanted to smoke my halfling pipe, but
That's right.
I didn't I didn't want to be a nuisance out in the front. I know some folks.
Well, you know, public
folks are.
spaces in this town are smoke free. You're
I
not
didn't
allowed to
know.
smoke.
You
You got to go to the designated smoking area.
Where are the designated smoking areas?
You got to go down. There's a sign. You got to go down the other end of town. They got a little gazebo you
Oh.
can smoke in.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry, Dominic. I
You
had
know,
no
I know who,
idea.
you guys come in from all over, and you think you own the place. Well, I gotta tell you, that's not true.
I didn't. I can assure you, I didn't think that I owned the place at
Now,
all.
I recommend you get out of my alley before I make you. Am I clear?
Let me tell you about the last store in Shaker Heights who disagreed with us.
I made him disappear.
No, actually, Dan, he agreed with us. That was his down.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm out. I'm out. Seems serious.
And Colby gets the dirty eye as he walks away, but he returns to the front of the store where he meets up with Dan and Matt and Vankar. Guys, I think I did a really good job looking like a horse. I think people bought it.
Good job, Vankar.
Well done,
I'm part of the
Matt,
team.
High
What
five.
did you learn?
Oh my god, I hung out with the horses. It was great.
Matt, what did you learn?
Oh, thought you meant Vankar.
Well, apparently, the guy is on the tourism board, and he was just talking with the sheriff about being on the tourism board, and I guess the meeting they're going to have is a tourism meeting. Allegedly, he said it was next week sometime. He also said that apparently I'm not a 7 out of 10 like I thought. Seems like I'm more like a 4 or
Well,
around
I
there.
told you, that's what you get when you're all 14.
Just gotta roll better.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so it sounds like we don't think this tourism board is an actual tourism board.
What?
Do we think the tourism board is a cover for like some other type of meeting?
I think the only way to find out is probably to spy on the tourism board meeting.
Do we think they would wait a week to like enact this plan?
I think he said his words were sometime next week.
Right. Okay, what day is it? Is it like Saturday?
Should we like follow this guy when he leaves the bar? And
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I think what we have to do
I
is,
could send Dawkins to go follow him.
Oh,
we could just go back in. Do any of us have money?
I think all of us except you have money, right?
Am I the only one who does it?
Dan lost some money, but he has a healthy chunk of it, and Colby did not affect him.
All right. So I think Colby should get this guy really drunk. Just keep buying him drinks. And we can ply him with alcohol to tell us the real deal. Because
Okay.
clearly he's up to something. Or we could take him out back and maybe, I don't know, threaten him or something.
Colby knows what happens out back. It's not a safe place to be.
Yeah.
It's true. Is it nighttime right now, or is it like the middle of the day?
It's approaching early afternoon.
Oh, okay. That changes things. In my mind, it was nighttime, so we were doing like sneaky stuff. But
Nope, everyone
it
saw
is
you.
not
You were not very
broad daylight. What if we go talk to the hat lady, like we talked about doing before?
Do we want some? I can stay here and sick Dawkins on this guy if he leaves. If you want to go talk to the hat lady,
That's a good idea.
okay.
Should I take Matt or Vankar with me?
It's a tough call. It's a tough call. They both add equal things to the team.
It's up to you, but
I guess I'll take Vankar.
All right, Vankar. This is great. I love hats.
thank God I get to stick behind you with Matt.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Vankar, you wear a lot of fedoras, don't you?
Oh my God, with the little feather in them, it's the best. Yep. Oh my God, I look like Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I bet you look just like him.
Except more horse.
Do you remember what the hat lady's name is? Because I don't.
I do, but I think you should go to the hattery.
The haberdashery.
Yes, and get that answer as part of the journey.
All right. So let's
right.
do that.
So Colby and Vankar leave the Red Eye Saloon and approach the hattery, haberdashery, hats, etc. Hats Plus, the hat store, whatever you want to call it. They open the door, the little bell rings, and it looks exactly like it did the last time you were there. You're pretty sure they have sold 0 hats. It makes no sense that this business is in this town. But behind the counter in the back, you see Lana Fincher, owner of the Hattery.
Nice. So I guess we'll go to the back. I want to give her a glowing report of the hat that I purchased.
Oh my goodness! If it isn't the nice gentleman and his horse friend. Oh my goodness! This is just fantastic. How are those hats treating you guys?
The best. In fact,
oh my goodness!
Saved our lives.
You're kidding me.
At least one occasion.
Oh my word! Well, I've never gotten a review of any of the hats I've sold. Most of the people die after wearing them. It's just living in these dangerous parts. It really has nothing to do with the hats. But I'm so thrilled you gentlemen took time out of your busy schedule to come all the way back here and tell me just how fantastic the hats are. I'm just so proud of the work I do here. I eat, sleep, and breathe hats, so this is just the best.
How long have you been hatting?
Oh my goodness, it sure seems like forever.
Forever. Can you? What did you do before you were a hattress?
I've been dealing with hats for so long, I can't even remember what I did before selling hats. My goodness.
Do the word spagic mail mean anything to you?
What? And she looks like dazed, kind of confused. Oh, what?
Dazed and confused.
What?
Lana, are you okay?
That's Sheriff Lana to you.
What?
I'm sorry, what did I say?
You said that's Sheriff Lana to you.
I don't think I sell hats. I'm not the am I the sheriff?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm so what are all these hats doing here?
I mean, I think this is your hat shop.
I fucking hate hats. Who bought all these hats?
I don't know.
And who the hell are you?
My name's Mal. This is Venkar. He's a centaur.
I'm Vankar.
I think this is Westworld.
I'm so I'm so confused.
What's the last thing you remember?
It's all coming back to me. I remember I was patrolling the town one day, and all of a sudden, all I can think about is hats.
Huh.
It's so odd.
Do you remember how long ago that was, or did anything peculiar happen before?
That bitch.
Who?
I knew she was up to no good, was up to something. And I tried to warn them. And they didn't believe me. They said I was crazy.
I mean, do tell. Which bitch, if you will.
Why, if it isn't Delilah Osgood.
Delilah.
As I live and breathe.
Who's she?
She came into this town promising to save it, promising to do great things for the town, open the brewery, start new businesses. The Osgood group was going to come in and save Shaker Heights. But I always knew she was up to something. But I didn't know what.
Do you have any idea where I might find Delilah Osgood? I want to get to the bottom of what's going on in this town.
Oh my. Gosh. The only place I could think of would be the brewery.
All right. Good to know. Do you know anything about the new sheriff, Mr. Chief?
Oh my goodness. Now it all makes sense. If it isn't that bastard Rufus. I knew he was no good. He was a low-down criminal. When I was the sheriff, I used to lock him up all the time.
Oh,
My goodness, he's not a good man. I can't believe they made him the sheriff. I can't imagine what kind of deal I'm just awful on the voices tonight. I cannot imagine what kind of deal he cut to get that job. My goodness. That is terrible. I love this town, and I can't believe what has gone on. Thank you, sir, for freeing me from this state I found myself in. Fucking hats. Jesus Christ. Who thought that was a good idea? I didn't. That's just plain mean.
Whew. Is there anything, I don't know, anything else you remember that seems relevant? It's particularly about the Osgood Corporation or anything that happened.
All I remember is that she just showed up one day out of the blue, promising them the world, that she would do such great things for the people of Shaker Heights, and they just ate it up. But they were desperate for any help they could get. And then I found myself here.
Alrighty.
But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go kick that Ruford's ass. I'm telling you, he's gonna get what's coming to him, and this town's gonna be brought back to real justice. Or my name isn't Sheriff Lana Fincher.
What?
All right, Lana. Well, thanks for that information. If you need help with anything, I was gonna say you know where to find us. I'm not sure you know where to find us. We'll be around.
You're just gonna be hanging around.
Don't be a stranger.
I'm telling you, You guys are I'm heading over to the sheriff's office right now to get to the bottom of this. I'm not the kind of girl who just sits back and let things happen. I'm facing this head on. I'm heading over there right now.
Do you want some backup?
Okay, I don't know you very well, but you seem like an honest pair.
All right.
You can certainly join me.
All right. We'll do that.
All right, so you leave. She flips the open sign on the hat store door. She flips it to closed, locks it up behind her.
It's very diligent for someone who doesn't give a shit about.
Well, she likes good business practices. She just doesn't like hats.
Right.
Natural, of course. And she marches over to the sheriff's office, a little ways up the road. She gets there. Sheriff, Rufus, open the door, Rufus. Then she tries the knob. It wasn't locked.
Are you with Colby, or is just Colby there?
No, just Colby and Vankar came over. You guys certainly were in view to see them walking across the street, but you don't know what they're doing.
But can I still see them?
You see them at the door, about to go in.
All right. That's fine.
And so the door opens, and you go inside, and there you see the sheriff sitting at his desk with his feet up on the desk, and, like they do in the old movies where his hat's kind of like over his eyes, like he's napping, because he's a bad sheriff. And and you don't see anyone else in the building. And Lana walks right up to the desk and flips the hat off his head. Rufus, you son of a bitch! And he said, what? He said, Rufus, you son of a bitch! I can't believe you did this to me. And Rufus says, I don't know what you're talking about, Lana. Shouldn't you be over at the hat store selling hats? I fucking hate hats. I don't want to sell hats. I'm the sheriff. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the sheriff. Sheriff Rufus T. Bickford.
Sheriff Bickford.
Yeah, you again. Jesus Christ, I can't get rid of you.
No, you can't.
Leave me alone.
Do the words Spagic Mel mean anything to you?
What the hell are you talking about? Spagic Mel.
Okay, just checking.
Gibberish. Pure gibberish.
Yeah. Indeed.
Sheriff, I'm the sheriff, and I don't know what you think you're doing in this office, but if you don't come clean, my two friends over here are gonna rough you up. And Rufus, well, Lana, I don't know what you're talking about, but I ain't worried about these guys over here. They seem pretty easily defeatable. They don't seem too tough, if you know what I mean. And Lana says, guys, take care of him.
All right. You ever been kicked by a centaur before, Sheriff?
Well, I can't say I have. Doesn't sound too pleasant. Vankar then goes with a hooves attack. And he rolled a 14, which I believe is enough to hit. And does, let me check here. Does 8 damage to the sheriff. Ooh! He gets kicked right in the chest. Oh my god! That was immensely painful. Hey, I just do what they tell me. I'll do it again, man. You gotta come clean. You gotta tell us what the truth is. You know I'm Vankar. And the sheriff goes, all right. Look here. I don't know what you've been told. I don't know what you're going on about, but I only did what I was told. They told me I could be the sheriff if I just played along. And honestly, I swear to you, I'm just trying to turn my life around. And this was the best chance that came up. I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to be the best sheriff of Shaker Heights I can be. Bring back the tourism. Do good things for the town. I'm not the criminal I used to be, okay? I don't want any trouble. I just did what they told me to do.
Who told you to do?
She's so powerful. I just don't. If I tell you, my life is basically over. I can't.
Was it Delilah Osgood?
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know what they say, and they say it here in Shaker Heights. snitches get stitches. And I ain't no snitch, so I ain't telling. But she's very powerful, and she came in and just said, hey, you're the new sheriff. Just leave me alone and keep the people in the town in the dark. And I said, okay, ma'am, whatever you say. Just don't put me in the hat store.
If one were looking for Miss Osgood,
I've never heard that name. I don't know what you're talking about.
if someone was looking for a very powerful and intimidating woman who would certainly kill you if you told us about her, where would we find her?
I think all I'll say is a powerful businesswoman like that spends probably most of her time at her place of business. But I can't say more. I just, damn it, I just love this town, and I'm sorry, Lana. I didn't want to hurt you. I always thought you were a great sheriff of this town, and I just wanted to use this opportunity to turn my life around. I'm sorry, Lana. Well, you know what, Rufus? I always thought you were good at. I always thought you had a heart of gold. I didn't think you'd be a criminal forever, and I accept your apology. I understand the tough spot you were put in, and maybe we can work together to keep Shaker Heights safe and make it prosperous together. I like that a lot, Lana. I think that'd be just swell. And then they hug in a very touching moment of unity.
So Sheriff Lana, something has been done to the people here to make them forget everything that happened. But the word spagic mill undoes whatever magic did that. So if that is useful to you, maybe you can use it.
You two gentlemen have done a great service to the people of Shaker Heights and the surrounding Rush Valley. We can never repay all that you've done for us. But if you ever need co-sheriff Lana Fincher or co-sheriff Rufus T. Bickford, then you know where to find us.
Co-sheriff. Couldn't you just be a deputy?
That's just don't ask questions. This is a touching moment and you're fucking ruining it. Just let us have this, please. Why you got to do that? Can't have nice things.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
All right. I guess we'll be on our way then.
All right. But before you guys go, I got this drawer full of, Visit Shaker Heights bumper stickers if you're interested. You put them right on the back of your wagon. Mm-hmm. And tell people all about the great things we're doing here in Shaker Heights.
I'll take one of those. I don't have a wagon yet, but I'll call it aspiration.
It's great. Well, they're free here. Take a couple, give them to your friends. We got some keychains here if you like. We got a mouse pad. It's just a place to...
What?
It's just
put mice on it.
Yeah, your live mice. It's a place to store your live mice.
For mice, a mouse pad.
Yeah, it's your mouse pad, and you can put them right there. We got what else we got in here? He's rummaging around in the drawer. We got some hats. You like hats? And Lon's like, no more fucking hats. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Take a pamphlet. We really appreciate you stopping by.
All right, sheriffs.
And they start hugging again. It's a touching scene.
All right, that was interesting. I guess me and Vankar will go back out and rejoin
Matt and Dan, who know nothing about what just happened.
Well, we were able to observe Vankar kicking someone, but other than that, I don't think we know anything.
So Colby can tell him whatever he wants. He has a rare opportunity.
He does.
I guess. I don't see what Colby has to lie about, but
I don't feel particularly deceptive. I mean, I may omit the part about these cool Shaker Heights bumper stickers. Keep those for myself. So yeah, apparently me and Vankar spagic mailed Lana from the hat store. Turns out she's the real sheriff. Rufus T. Bickford is just some crook that they convinced to like be the fake sheriff, be the patsy sheriff. Is that the right use of patsy? Sort of.
Close enough.
But apparently it seems like this was all orchestrated by Delilah Osgood from the Osgood Corporation, whose former offices I think we visited. And Lana seemed to think that we'd find her at Heights Brewing Company. And I feel like it's pretty obvious that the guy in the bar there definitely works for her.
Didn't we try to go to Heights Brewing Company?
You did. It was closed.
And yeah, we were turned away for some like.
Yeah, no, it was a Sunday. They were closed.
Okay, so.
They're like Chick-fil-A.
Yep, or Hobby Lobby. Yes, exactly.
All right, so do we want to keep pursuing this guy, or do we want to go straight to Heights Brewing now that it's a Monday?
I feel like we should deal with this guy and his pals here, or at least not at Heights Brewing, so we don't get, like, snuck up on.
Sure. Define deal with.
Fight.
Neutralize.
Fight.
Just walk into the bar and flip a table over?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That sounds great, actually. Who's the strongest one here? It's not me.
My strength is
Matt.
15.
Matt's
I
like,
mean, Matt, this is your chance for redemption. You could flip a table, like you
Yeah, and actually be able to flip it over, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Should one of us go in through the back door?
but before we do this, hang on, don't get ahead of yourselves, because we're out of time.
Oh man,
I know. Can you believe it's already been an hour? What was
No,
that, Matt?
can't.
No?
time
I
flies.
said
Having fun.
we are out of time.
We're out of time. That's it. We're out of time. So we're going to wrap it up here. You got to tune in next time to find out what happens when these gentlemen go a little nuts in the Red Eye Saloon. But until then, you should visit our website, GameNights.tv. It's nice, and you can get it on any internet-enabled device that has a browser and can go to the website at GameNights.tv. It's got all the episodes, the audio, the video, past, present, future. You can listen to the whole journey up to this point. And there's a nice big green subscribe button on the site. You can click it, and if you do that, it'll give you all the places you can subscribe to the show, like SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, most major podcasting apps. Of course, the video version on YouTube, which looks great. You should check that out. And, of course, follow us at Game Nights TV on Twitter or at Facebook.com/GameNightsTV. That is it for this episode. On behalf of Matt, Dan, and Colby, this is Sean thanking you for joining us as always, and hoping we see you next time for even more Dungeons & Dragons adventures here on Game Nights.